Welcome back to another episode of I Want to Love You Till Your Dying Day. So in the previous episode, we found out about Mimi's secret, which is that she cannot die because she is already dead. Right, so we saw her coming back from a battlefield in like a body bag in pieces, right? And then she had to kind of like help herself out, kind of like heal herself into being whole again, right? It was a pretty gruesome scene there, and the nurse definitely didn't seem to care whatsoever about it. She was like, I ain't helping you, you need to do this yourself, you need to reassemble yourself, it's too much effort for me to lift a finger. So yeah, we definitely get to see how much they really care about the kids, right? I mean, we kind of knew about that already, but either way though, Mimi also told Shina about it, so now Shina knows. We'll see where this is gonna go from here. So if you wanna watch this, Uncut and Unblurred, as always on Patreon in the description. And let's go into I Want to Love You Till Your Dying Day, episode 4. Yep. Okay, yes. The pouty face. How did it happen? I had some theories, but I wonder. Oh, did she? Oh, she overheard them? She must have. She must have overheard them. That's interesting. What the consequences gonna be? Hmm. On point. Lizzie. Granting them eternal life. Oh. The most okay. Well. And it's equivalent exchange as well. Okay, thank you. Because I want to know, because they don't seem to care about the lives of students, so like, why is it forbidden? That's it. I guess it wasn't, that rule wasn't created under these current circumstances. I'm surprised that they are upholding that, considering how little they seem to care about the kids, right? I kind of expected them to be like, or I kind of would have expected them to be like, well, we can create a super army of immortal kids if we just, immortal soldiers, right? If we just trade a bunch of lives and use them to resurrect other kids. Also, I wonder what happens if someone who has been resurrected, like presumably probably Mimi, that's I'm guessing what happened to her. I wonder what happens if she uses resurrection magic on someone else, right? Because it's supposed to trade the life of like the user to resurrect another person, but if she has eternal life and she's kind of like immortal, I wonder, does it actually kill her, or what happens then? We'll probably see. So yeah, it seems like my theory was pretty on point at the end of the previous episode. That's cool.
ダメだ。禁止されたとしか書いてない。蘇生魔法。あり、セイラ。調べ物。ちょっと気になることがあって。ミミちゃんのこと？
Oh, both of them. I'm guessing it's not because of them being deployed. I'm guessing it's because they need to talk to them. Surely you get used to it, probably, right?
や
Yep.
どこまでわかった？どこまでって何も。
Yep. Distraction magic. Yep. Checks out. Her mother. Yeah, we can see that. For years. Does she age? Time stops. Okay, thank you. How long has she been alive then? Huh. Okay, well, it was her mother. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Taking it to the grave. Damn, okay. She's focused. Oh. ーん。
それでは第5拠点に9名、第6拠点に5名を16、17クラスを中心に割り当てる形にします。犠牲は何人出るでしょうね。
このところ敵の反撃も強力になっていると言います。
ただ、兵士より戦闘魔法を仕込んだ生徒の方が効果的だというデータもあり、国からの強い要請が。
子供ですよ。いくら人手不足とはいえ、こんな最前線にまで。
なので、ミミを第6拠点に配置します。そして戦闘
I'm surprised that they seem that worried about that.
そのまま第5拠点の戦闘に。
結局、耳に頼りきりではないですか。
今はそれしか。
というのが現状です。なのに、その貴重な子供を半ば私物化している教師がいる。フラン先生、何か考えがあってのことですか？耳を他の生徒と接触させるなんて。フラン先生。
That is a good question. She's dozing off. Is she just dodging the question? No, she's actually dozing off. That is a good question. Why are you putting her in class and stuff? Instead of keeping her hidden.
少しくらいまともな振る舞いをしてみせたらどうですか？追い出されますよ。平気平気。私の修復魔法なしにここがやっていけるわけないもん。校内禁煙。
Wait, what did she just say?
ほら、修復魔法。
Without my restoration magic. I thought she said resurrection magic. I was like, what?
校内禁煙です。
Restoration.
まったく、生徒に接触させた上に、すでに蘇生者であることを一部の生徒にばらしたなんて。しょうがないでしょ。耳が喋っちゃったんだから。
But why did you let her
まあ、シーナちゃんは
mix with the students?
回るような子じゃないし。大丈夫よ。一応国家機密だって脅しておいたし。フラン先生。あなたはどうせこうなるって分かってたんでしょ。何が目的なんですか？やあねえ、人聞きの悪いこと言わないでよ。私は保健医の仕事をしているだけよ。そんじゃね、おやすみ。昨夜、襲撃によりこのクラスから犠牲者が出ました。健闘を称えるとともに、残された我々14ゼリーさん、メルラウラ14クラスへの進級に合わせ、戦闘実力試験を行います。はい、ありがとうございます。
Okay, so they do care a lot more about the kids than they initially let on. Yeah, they definitely, the way that they showed it at the beginning, it seemed like they painted them in a light that didn't do them any favors, right? It was definitely in a very negative light of, you know, they don't care about the kids whatsoever, but now we're seeing that actually they kind of don't have much of a choice given the current circumstances, right? There's obviously always a choice, but it's too good for them to pass up, right? Because as I said, the kids are just way more effective in battle, it seems, right? And they are in an age of war here, so they have to use the resources that they have, even if they don't want to. So at least it's good to see that the morality isn't completely gone from the people working at this orphanage, right?
生徒たちの成果を見直して仮想敵のバランスを調整したいんです。敵ちょっと硬すぎない？ 14 クラスに上がったばっかの子たちでしょ。もうちょい手を抜いてあげればいいのに。今の14クラスはクラスメートの死を受け止める間もなく、突然編入してきた耳によって皆動揺し集中力を欠いています。ですから今回の模擬戦で緊張感を取り戻してほしいんです。彼らには 気を散らしている暇などないのですから。
近江先生って生徒に人気ないでしょ。そんなに厳しくしてると嫌われるわよ。もっと生徒と一緒に笑ったり泣いたり感情を出してさ。
好かれなくて結構です。もし私への行為が生き延びる助けになるなら何だってしますよ。でも現実はそうじゃない。時間が足りない。実技の割合を増やすべきかしら。けれど勉学をおろそかにできないし。
嫌な役回りよね、先生って。ほらガキども、こんなとこで魔法を使うな。グラウンド行きなさいよ。だって上級生が。何ビビってんの、情けない。
おはよう。もう朝？早く起きないと朝ごはん食べられなくなっちゃうよ。ご飯！今日の朝ごはん米かな？そうだよ。やったー！ご飯ご飯。結局私ができることなんてほとんどない。耳を守る力も代わりに戦う勇気もない。ただ守られているだけ。
そうね、戦争が続く限りはずっとね。
シーナ、髪の毛やって。つまんない数学。夜一緒に勉強しようか。いい。つまんないし。そんなことないよ。わかれば面白いよ。
True.
いいよ。
Love math.
耳いないことも多いし。そっか。シーナ、次の授業実験室よ。実験室？ミミもノートとペン持って。あれ、ペンは？さっき落っことしちゃった。放置しないで。届く？届かない。
Ow.
大丈夫？もう自分で拾ってよ。シーナ、あなたお母さんみたいね。
Ooh.
ねえね
Ooh, you don't know what that means, actually.
え。
That's a crazy statement.
まあ、適性があるのはごく一部なんだけどね。
なあ、返礼の日って誰と回るか決めた？来週だっけ？
Gratitude Day.
じゃあ一緒に回ろうよ。
返礼の日って？簡単に言うとお片付けの日かしら。教室や廊下はもちろん、中庭や講堂、図書館まで整理整頓して。
Okay, that's cool.
めんどくさいね。
ダメだよ、そんな風に言っちゃ。私たちを養ってくれる学校にお返しをする日なんだから。
それに全学年で手分けするからそんなに大変じゃないよ。どうだった？
わからない。
もう直接聞いちゃえばいいのに。
シーナに悪いよ。それにもしフラン先生から聞いてたとしても、そう簡単には話せないだろうし。
ミミちゃんが蘇生者かどうか。
They are suspecting it, huh?
だとしたら、すべて説明がつく。
Makes sense, right? It feels like a logical conclusion.
先輩から聞いたことがあるの。戦闘中、体を真っ二つにされた人を目撃したのに、戻ったら一人も死んでなかったことがあるって。
蘇生魔法で蘇った者は永遠の命を手に入れ、決して死ぬことはない。それにしても昔の魔法ってロマンチックよね。
ロマンチック？
Nah.
だって自分の命を使って誰かを生き返らせるのよ。
And then they have to live eternally without you?
相手が大切な人ということでしょ。愛する人に自分の魂と魔力のすべてを捧げられる。素敵じゃない？
I'll
本当は
pass.
そういうの好きだよね、アリは。
I'll
レイ
pass.
ランだって好きでしょ。
なんか嘘っぽいよ。
じゃあどういう魔法が好きなの？
こういう綺麗な光の魔法とか、あとは思いを形にできる文字の魔法とか。
ほら、ロマンチックな魔法じゃない。
違う。すごい爆発。
しくなってるって言ってたから、街に落ちてなければいいけど。アリだったらどうする？もし蘇生魔法が使えたとして、いつか私がアリの目の前で。セイランはどう答えるの？質問に質問で返さないでよ。やめましょう。こんなもしもの話。そうだね。
It feels like a selfish spell to use in a way,
もう少しだよ。
right?
ちょっと待って。走ったら危ないってば。早く早く。わあ、きれい。デイジーいっぱい。お手入れされてないただの裏庭だけどね。ううん、すっごい綺麗だよ。おー、向こうまで続いている。ほんと嬉しそう。見るの初めてなんだ。学校にずっといたのに。うん、まだここが資料館って呼ばれてた時からいたんだけど。資料館？うん。
When was that?
相当昔じゃ。ミミって本当
Yeah, thank you.
数えてない。そっか。けどここが学校になった時のこと覚えてるよ。それまでは少しは外に出られてたんだけ
How
ど、
long is that?
今度ここに子供がたくさん来ることになったからって全然外に出してもらえなくなって。戦場に行く時だけ出られるの。でも帰りに寄り道したら怒られるし退屈だった。退屈。
How long is that?
これ
Is that like 10 years or is that like 100 years? Or is that like even longer than that? I don't know.
お花見るの楽しい。そっか。学校は？学校も楽しい。お絵かきできるし、みんなでご飯食べれるし、お揃いの制服着られるし、それにずっとシーナと一緒にいられるのが一番楽しい。私もミミといるの楽しいよ。何作ってるの？これをね、ミミが来る前に同室だった子に教えてもらったの。ごめんね。あんまりうまく作れなかったけど。プレゼント。わあ、シーナ、鏡。はいはい。おー。長い間生きてきたのに、ミミは何も知らない。楽しいことも嬉しいことも。どう？うん。ぴったり。
I'm surprised she has any emotions whatsoever, like
楽しいって思ってほしい。
after living that kind of life for so long.
一緒にいる時だけでも。ミミ、次は何しよっか。
Yeah, I'm surprised that like living that many years just purely for war and killing people didn't like completely kill off her emotions. Okay, I mean that was interesting. So we found out that Mimi has been a while, or has been alive for a while now, right? We don't know exactly how long. I don't know if it's been, maybe it's been mentioned before how long the school has existed. I don't remember. So her saying that she remembers when this became a school in the first place may be a giveaway as to how old presumably she is. In my head, I don't have a frame of reference. I don't know if this just recently became a school or if it's been a school for like hundreds of years. Maybe, I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah, it seems like she's been alive for longer than we imagined, right? I guess that's very interesting. Very, very interesting. So, yeah, it seems like her mother gave up her life to save her. I don't know. I feel this kind of spell, like, it makes sense why it would be a forbidden spell, because like it feels, you wouldn't want to do that probably to a person that you're close with, right? You wouldn't want to give your life to another person and grant them eternal life, and it would be eternal life without you. I'm guessing also the way that they were talking about the entire resurrection magic, it seems like you can only use it if you're extremely close to the person. So like, you're basically already deciding that you're gonna give up your life and you're gonna make the other person live a life without you in it. And also, not just that, it's going to be an eternal life. It just sounds like hell, right? Eternal life just sounds like hell. And we can see how it is with Mimi, right? She's just basically living a life that's only allowing her to go to war, die over and over, kill a bunch of people, and that's it. It feels very it doesn't really feel like much of a life, does it? Yeah, so you can definitely see why it's forbidden. I don't know what the Seiran and what's the other girl's name? Forgot the name. What they were talking about. I don't think it sounds very romantic, I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, very interesting though. Very, very interesting. So I'm curious to find out more about the entire Mimi situation and all those things, right? Also cool to see that the teachers and the staff and stuff weren't like, they do care about the kids. I don't know about Fran yet. I'm gonna guess that she probably cares for Mimi. Maybe that's the reason why she decided to let her join the class. Maybe she wanted to see her interacting with kids a bit more, maybe acting a bit more like a normal kid, right? I'm guessing she's putting on a bit of a front, you know, of being like, you know, not caring for her and all those things. I'm gonna guess that she probably cares. So yeah, I'm really happy to see that, right? They don't seem to completely disregard them or anything along those lines, right? They aren't just senselessly sending them off to battle and not caring about what happens to them. So yeah, cool stuff, interesting stuff. But for now, I'm gonna end it here. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.